Hello everybody, this is a brief review of some of the things that I got to experience at Epcot's new Festival of the Arts. This was opening weekend, so there's still a ton of things that I'm planning to see and try over the next couple of weeks as it runs from, as you saw, January 13th through February 20th. Different artists are featured as the weeks progress, so I'll be excited to see what new artists pop up. The food is also very unique, very interesting. Everything is kind of molecular gastronomy, as you see here at E=AT². My friend here actually ordered a Deconstructed Breakfast, which was a chai smoothie. Very, very good. Kind of tasted like eggnog. That is a little waffle on top and some bacon bits. She got the non-alcoholic version, which was $4.50. Next, we ventured on to El Artista Hambriento, the hungry artist, and we ordered the chori queso. When I first saw this picture online, I thought it was going to be a lot bigger. Even in my picture, it looks pretty big. It's really, really small, but it was really good. Very oily, greasy, tasted like Mexico. It was also a lot spicier than I thought it would be, so that was a nice surprise. I probably would have been happier paying $5.50 rather than $6.95. Disney did a really great job of showcasing the actual artists in this festival. We came across this lady in Norway, live chalk painting, so that was awesome to see, as well as a Tom's booth where you could buy a blank pair and they would paint on the canvas anything that you wanted. So there's Gaston and Peter Pan, so I thought that was a pretty genius idea. In the Germany pavilion, we came across Cuisine Classy, where you can get a chocolate chip cookie that looks like a painter's palette, which is pretty adorable. I actually did not order it this time. I got the braised beef short rib, which was easily one of my favorite dishes here at the festival. I would get it again every single time that I go. You'll see them kind of layering it, and the presentation was beautiful. So it was 2 pieces of the spare rib. I apologize for the blur. That's kind of how my eyes went once I saw it, but there's a good shot of it there. So it has a parsnip puree at the bottom, some tomatoes, and broccolini on top, all for $7.50, and it was delicious. So when I was first researching this festival, this dish is the one that stood out to me the most, the deconstructed purple potato pie. It's beautiful, but it is disgusting. It is the biggest letdown. There was no sweetness. They actually deconstructed the sweetness out of it. That's what that honey is. So it just tasted like weird purple foam. I hated it and I threw it out, and I don't think I've ever done that before, so I would skip it. There was one saving grace for this kiosk, and it was this crisp caramel chocolate mousse bar with an edible flower, some passion fruit sauce. It's a nice palate cleanser. I did escape with a couple prints of my own, both Mulan themed, go figure, but they were just too beautiful to turn down, so I had to grab a couple. Another fun activity they had available was to actually paint part of a mural, so they gave you a little bit of paint in a tub with a corresponding number, and you find your number on the chart and you fill it in to complete the mural. It's supposed to look like that, so hopefully at the end of the festival it will. And finally we come to the Painter's Palette, which was located in the Odyssey. They had Pop-Tarts, get it, Pop-Art, and flatbread, which looked pretty tasty. Finally, we got to what I had been waiting for, which was the trio of cronuts. That is a croissant donut. The first one that you see is spicy tuna. The dough wasn't very sweet, so it kind of tasted more like a wonton crust. Very, very good. The middle one was definitely my favorite. It was a traditional cream cheese with sea salt. It tasted a little bit like a crunchy bagel. And the last one was a chicken puree with an everything bagel crust. For my next visit, I definitely want to try the Pop Eats kiosk with the shrimp ceviche, so I'll let you know how that goes next time I'm there. Alright, so final thoughts about Festival of Arts. A really fun festival. I'm super glad that they added it to Epcot. It kind of stinks that it's only on the weekends. I wish I could come, later in the week, just after work. But some highlights for me: the croissant trio donut was awesome. The braised spare ribs were also really, really good. Do not get the potato pie, the deconstructed potato pie. That was disgusting. Everything else was great.